For years, Hollywood tried to turn video games into movies and TV shows. Most of them failed terribly. But in 2024, something changed. One show broke all the rules and became a massive hit. Can you guess what made this show different from all the others? Today, we're diving into the incredible success story of Amazon's Fallout TV series. This show did something that most video game adaptations couldn't do. It made both gamers and non-gamers fall in love with it. But here's the mystery: how did they do it? In this video, you'll learn useful English expressions about success, adaptation, and entertainment. We'll explore words like faithful, immersive, and phrases like break the curse. These are expressions you can use when talking about movies, shows, or even your own projects at work or school. Here's what happened. In April 2024, Amazon released a TV show based on the Fallout video games. Within just 16 days, it pulled in 65 million viewers. Critics loved it, fans loved it, and even people who never played the games couldn't stop watching. But wait, there's more to this story than just good reviews. Welcome to Lady Show English. Let's discover the secret together. So what made Fallout different from other video game adaptations? Let's find out. Before we jump into the full story, let me give you a quick preview of the useful English you'll learn today. This will help you follow along easily and catch these expressions when they appear in the story. First, we'll learn about adaptation, a word you'll hear a lot when people talk about turning books or games into movies. We'll also explore faithful to the source material, which means staying true to the original story. This is super important in today's topic. Then, we have break the curse, a powerful expression that means ending a long period of bad luck or failure. You can use this in so many situations, not just for entertainment. We'll see how Fallout finally broke the video game adaptation curse. And here's the interesting part. We'll learn phrases like pull in viewers and post-apocalyptic world. These expressions appear in entertainment news all the time, and they're also useful for describing successful projects in your own life. Plus, we'll cover some amazing phrases like captured the essence and exceeded expectations. These are perfect for talking about anything that turned out better than people thought it would. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll have so many new expressions to use in daily conversations about movies, success, and creative projects. Ready to hear the full story? Let's go. Listen to this sentence carefully. The show follows Lucy, played by Ella Purnell, a young woman who has lived her entire life underground in Vault 33. She's never seen the sun, never met a stranger, never faced real danger. But when her father gets kidnapped, she has to leave the safety of her vault and enter the wasteland for the first time. Can you imagine how terrifying that would be? But the real reason this show captured the essence of the games is simpler than you think. The creators understood what made Fallout special. It wasn't just about the violence or the cool weapons. The games had dark humor, interesting characters, and they asked big questions about humanity. And guess what happened next? The show included all of these elements. Here's the emotional part. When the show premiered on April 10, 2024, something magical happened. Critics gave it rave reviews. It got a 93% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. But more importantly, regular viewers loved it too. People who had never touched a video game in their lives became obsessed with Lucy's journey. The show pulled in 65 million viewers in just 16 days. This part surprised me. It became the second most watched show in Amazon's history. And this is the important sentence. The success of Fallout proved that video game adaptations can work if creators respect the original material and understand what makes it special. The show didn't try to be exactly like the game, that would be boring. Instead, it captured the spirit of Fallout while telling its own story. But here's the interesting part, the success didn't stop there. After the show premiered, something unexpected happened. Millions of people went back to play the original Fallout games. According to Steam charts, the first Fallout game saw a 160% increase in players. The show made people curious about the games, and the games made people appreciate the show even more. This is where it gets emotional. For years, video game fans felt like Hollywood didn't care about their stories. They watched movie after movie fail to understand what made their favorite games special. But Fallout changed that. It showed that with the right team, the right vision, and respect for the source material, video games can become incredible TV shows. Listen to this sentence. Within 1 month of its premiere, Amazon renewed the show for a second season. And in May 2025, they announced a third season too. The show's budget for season 1 was $153 million. That's bigger than many Hollywood movies. But it was worth it because Fallout exceeded everyone's expectations. Here's where it gets really interesting. The show didn't just succeed commercially, it won awards too. At the Emmy Awards, it won for Outstanding Music Supervision. At the Game Awards, it won Best Adaptation, beating out other great shows. Even the game's creator said he was amazed by how well the show stayed true to the spirit of Fallout. And guess what? Fallout broke the curse of video game adaptations. After its success, other studios started taking video games more seriously. They realized that if you respect the material, hire people who understand it, and tell good stories, audiences will respond. This was a turning point for the entire entertainment industry. The story of Fallout teaches us an important lesson. Success comes from understanding what makes something special and staying true to that core while being creative. Whether you're making a TV show, starting a business, or working on a school project, this principle applies everywhere. When you respect your source and understand your audience, amazing things can happen. Now let's break down the most useful English expressions from this story. These aren't just for talking about TV shows, you can use them in everyday life, at work, or when discussing any kind of success or creative project. First expression, adaptation. This word means taking a story from one format and changing it to fit another format. In our story, we saw Fallout as a video game adaptation that became incredibly successful on TV. An adaptation isn't just a copy, it's a transformation. Think of it like this: when you adapt a recipe for your kitchen, you keep the main idea but change some details to make it work for you. Here are some life examples you can use right away. The movie adaptation of that book was better than I expected. Or at work, you might say, we need to make an adaptation of this plan for the new market. Even in daily life, I had to make some adaptations to my schedule this week. When would you use this in real situations? Anytime something needs to change to fit a new situation. Maybe you're adapting a presentation for a different audience, or adapting your workout routine for a new gym. Can you think of something in your life that you recently adapted? Try using this word this week. Ready for the next one? Second expression, faithful to the source material. This phrase means staying true to the original story or concept. We heard it in the story. The creators wanted to stay faithful to the source material while telling a new story. Being faithful means respecting what came before and not changing the important parts that people love. Let me show you how this works in life. If your teacher asks you to present a report based on a book, you need to be faithful to the source material. You can't just make up your own story. Or imagine a friend asks you to pass on a message to someone else. Being faithful to their words means delivering the message accurately. You can use this in conversations like, "The documentary was very faithful to historical facts." Or, when retelling a story, try to be faithful to what actually happened. This is perfect for situations where accuracy and respect for the original matter. Here's a small task for you. Think about a time when someone told your story to others. Were they faithful to what really happened, or did they change things? This happens all the time in daily life, right? Here comes an even better one. Third expression, break the curse. This is such a powerful phrase. A curse means a long period of bad luck or repeated failure. When you break the curse, you finally end that pattern of failure and succeed. In our story, Fallout broke the curse of bad video game adaptations. This expression is everywhere in life. Sports teams talk about breaking curses when they finally win after years of losing. In your career, you might break the curse of failed job interviews by finally getting hired. At school, you could break the curse of low test scores by finally acing an exam. Real-life examples. After 10 failed attempts, she finally broke the curse and passed her driving test. Or, our company broke the curse of unsuccessful product launches with this new design. You can even use it humorously. I broke my cooking curse, I didn't burn dinner tonight. Here's an interactive question. What curse in your life do you want to break? Maybe it's waking up late every day, or maybe it's avoiding exercise. Once you identify it, you can work on breaking that curse. And now you have the perfect English phrase to describe it when you succeed. You'll like the next one even more. Fourth expression, pulled in viewers or pull in something. This means to attract or bring in people, customers, or attention. We saw this in the story. The show pulled in 65 million viewers in just 16 days. The phrase pull in creates a visual image of attracting things toward you, like a magnet. This is super useful for business, marketing, or any situation where you want to attract people. At work, you might say, "Our new website design is pulling in more customers." At a school event, the concert pulled in a huge crowd. Even for social situations, her friendly personality always pulls in new friends. Other ways to use it. The restaurant's special menu pulled in lots of diners. Or, the store's sale pulled in customers from all over the city. You can use pull in for attention, money, people, or interest. Think about this. What pulls you in when you're deciding to watch a video or buy something? Is it good reviews? An interesting title? Understanding what pulls people in helps you create better content, presentations, or even conversations. Ready for the next useful phrase? Fifth expression, exceeded expectations. This beautiful phrase means something turned out even better than people thought it would. From our story, Fallout exceeded everyone's expectations. When something exceeds expectations, it goes beyond what people hoped for. It surpasses their predictions in a positive way. You know that amazing feeling when something is way better than you thought? That's exceeding expectations. Maybe a movie was much better than the trailer suggested. Or a restaurant meal was more delicious than you imagined. Or a friend's help went far beyond what you asked for. Daily examples: the new employee exceeded expectations in her first month. Or, this phone's battery life exceeded my expectations. Or, the hotel room exceeded our expectations, it was gorgeous. This is perfect for reviews, feedback, or expressing pleasant surprise. Little CTA moment: if you've learned something useful so far, leave a heart in the comments. Let me know this video is exceeding your expectations. Here's your interactive task. Think about something that recently exceeded your expectations. Was it a purchase? A person's kindness? A meal? Practice describing it in English using this phrase. It's such a positive expression that makes people smile. Here comes an even better one. Sixth expression: captured the essence or captured the spirit. These phrases mean successfully showing or representing the most important quality of something. In our story, the show captured the essence of what made Fallout special. When you capture the essence, you get to the heart of what something is really about. Think of essence as the soul or core of something, the thing that makes it special and different from everything else. Capturing that in words, art, or action is a skill. For example, a good photo captures the essence of a moment. A great perfume captures the essence of a flower. Everyday usage: this song captures the essence of summer. Or, the speech captured the spirit of our team's dedication. Or, she really captured the essence of the character in her performance. You can use this for anything creative: music, writing, art, design, or even how you decorate your home. Work example: our new ad campaign needs to capture the essence of what makes our product special. Social example: he captured the spirit of the party with his photography. Your small task: what's something in your life that has a special essence or spirit? Maybe your hometown has a certain feeling. Maybe your family has a particular spirit. Try describing it in English using capture the essence or capture the spirit. It's a sophisticated way to talk about what makes something meaningful. Ready for the next one? Seventh expression: stay true to. This means remaining loyal to original principles, values, or characteristics. Similar to faithful to, but stay true to emphasizes consistency over time. From the story, the show stayed true to the spirit of Fallout. You're maintaining the real character of something throughout the entire process. This is deeply useful for personal growth too. You can stay true to your values when making difficult decisions. Stay true to your goals when things get hard. Stay true to yourself when peer pressure comes. It's about integrity and authenticity. Life examples: despite pressure to change, she stayed true to her artistic vision. Or, the sequel stayed true to the original movie's tone. Or, he stayed true to his promise and showed up every day. This works for commitments, creative work, relationships, and personal values. For work, our company stays true to its mission of customer satisfaction. For personal development, I'm trying to stay true to my goal of exercising 3 times per week. Interactive moment. What's one thing you want to stay true to this year? Maybe it's a health goal, a learning goal, or a personal value. Share your thoughts in the comments. Saying it out loud, or in writing, helps you commit to it. Wow, we covered so much today. Let's quickly review what we learned. We explored 7 powerful English expressions that you can use in daily life. Adaptation: for changing things to fit new situations. Faithful to the source material: for staying accurate and respectful. Break the curse: for ending patterns of failure. Pull in: for attracting people or attention. Exceeded expectations: for when something is better than predicted. Captured the essence: for representing what makes something special. And stay true to: for maintaining consistency with values or vision. These aren't just phrases for talking about TV shows, they're tools for describing success, creativity, and personal growth in your everyday English conversations. Now here's your mission. In the comments below, write one sentence using your favorite expression from today. It could be about a movie you love, a goal you have, or anything in your life. For example, I want to stay true to my goal of practicing English every day. This simple action will help the phrase stick in your memory, and I'd love to read your creative sentences. If you enjoyed this English listening practice and learned something new, hit that like button and subscribe for more real-world English lessons. Next week, we'll explore another fascinating news story with even more practical expressions you can use immediately. Remember, learning English is a journey. Every new phrase you master brings you one step closer to fluent, confident communication. You're doing amazing. Keep practicing, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next video. This is Lady Show English, helping you speak English naturally,